You see his scores against Beckmann, Gonzalez, and what a powerful game against Mark Roth. Dick Ritger averaging .233, and now he will meet 32-year-old Neil Burton. Yeah, that's the way he started each of his games, Dick Ritger. Now we get a look at 32-year-old Neil Burton. He's 5'6" and a powerful 135-pounder, your brother, Bo.
Chris, he stays in good shape, does a lot of weightlifting, and this is his first big opportunity.
Coming up on a high hit, leaving the 3, 6, 10 on the right lane. All right, well done. Nelson, it must seem a little strange to be commenting about your very own little brother.
Well, I never thought he could do it, Chris. He spent many years in college. He got out of it with his degree, and he really didn't know what he wanted to do. And then he got married a couple years ago and says, hey, you know, I'd like to try some bowling. He got serious about it, and a 229 average says that he knows what's happening. But this is a different situation for him. Never been on national television, never bowled for a title. But he's a tough little competitor, I'll tell you. I hope Ritger doesn't take him too lightly, or maybe I should. Second frame.
Ooh, what a way to start a championship match. So that gives Neil Burton 24 through the second.
He just completed the 2 toughest frames of his life.
Oh, boy.
And Ritger, who is nice and loose and experienced, trying to be only the 4th man to win 20 PBA titles or more. Second frame, strike working in the first. As we said, going for his 20th title, the only other men that have that many are Earl Anthony, Dick Weber, and Don Johnson.
Dick Weber, our host a week from today. Oh. 40 through the second with a strike up, but right now, Neil Burton will be up. Oh, 4-pin.
You notice that right foot, he has a tennis shoe, and I asked him why he really used the tennis shoe all the time, and here's what he had to say.
Well, Bo, as you know, I use the tennis shoe in order to have added traction on the approach, which is especially helpful to me when I need to throw harder. And when you do throw harder, most people have a tendency to pull up the line, and with this added traction off my right foot, I don't have that tendency to pull off the line.
Neil has tried using the long approach, such as Marshall Holman, to generate the speed, but he lost his timing. And with the sneaker, he can drive harder off at the bottom on his last step, and it does give him the added speed.
Dick Ritger has just rolled a strike in the 4th frame, doubling to take a 27-pin lead. As we replay the shot, he's meeting the tournament leader, Neil Burton.
Ritger's made the adjustment on the right-hand lane, moved deeper with his feet. He's standing around the 23rd board and had the ball right in the switch zone and carried the double, leading by 27.
Rod Carew, Yankees breaking off negotiations with that great player. So Ritger has won 3 games, has marked for despair in the 5th frame.
Speaking of the Firestone, Chris, this young man is not eligible.
And what he needs is a strike. Oh, that's got to make things a little easier.
Amazing the different situations of these 2 players. One is going for his 20th, one's going for his first title. Ritger's been in the Firestone, both for the titles, won many hundred thousands of dollars out here. And Neil struggling to get started. Of course, 15,000 would be a nice little starter today. Trailing by 26 can cut it to 16.
Neil, who earned 21,000 last year.
It's almost a must spare. He really dug himself a hole he can't get out of if he misses this one.
Did it beautifully after a strike. If you just joined us, he won 3 games. defeating Beckmann 217 to 207, 235 209, and then 248 to 237.
And that was the AMF Magicscore system that the players used this week.
Oh, now.
The tide may have turned. Ritger a little too much speed, moved a little too deep, 8-10 split. Here's when you don't have enough drive on the ball. It looks like it's finishing good. Watch the 5 slide in front of the 8-pin, the 6 in front of the 10. There goes the 5 to the left, the 6 to the right, the 8-10. Ritger has tightened the match up, and it is wide open. Could be anybody's ball game now. Ritger will be leading just by 13 now.
All right, that is the situation in this championship match. And now Ritger has a bucket.
Double wood. You have to make sure you get the 8-pin and avoid the chop of the 5.
So now we've seen both players in the same lane, covering the 2, 4, 5, 8.
He cannot hope for any more reprieves from experienced Dick Ritger. He's going to have to take it himself.
All right. Strike in the 7th for Burton.
He seems to have found the right-hand lane. You noticed his footwork. He'll drive off very hard with that right foot on his second to last step. He takes a 5-step approach, shuffling his steps. Third. Now watch this 4th step with that tennis shoe on. He drives really hard into the line, lofts the ball well out over the line. His best shot of the match. But the key is right here. He is struck in the 5th and 7th on the right-hand lane, but to close the gap, he's going to have to hit the left-hand lane also. Can cut Ritger's lead to just 3 pins up in the 8th.
Final match. Wow. The tenacity of the Burton family. That's coming through, Nelson.
Yeah, it was.
And now, here is Ritger, shooting in the 8th frame. He has a spare working, leading by 3.
Do not count Dick Ritger out. He's leading by 3, but the momentum seems to be changed, but he's experienced.
Just like that.
This is the crucial shot of the whole tournament for Dick Ritger. If he doesn't strike here, he leaves the door wide open for Neil. 9th frame, leading by 3.
With a strike up.
And what a great shot he just threw.
And for Neil, a memorable turkey.
Here's the situation for Neil. For the first time in the tournament, he has a chance to take in the match. He has a chance to take the lead. He's trailing by 3. He needs this strike to take the lead. The telescore tells the story.
Bo, growing up, did you bowl head-to-head with this brother?
I bowled doubles with him. He's too tough to go head-to-head against.
Pat Burton watching. Getting that initial championship match on live national television. Bo, do you remember your first?
I bowled
I do.
162, I think, Chris.
In Mobile.
In Mobile. My brothers at least improved 40 pins on that, win or lose.
Oh.
Boy, I sure would have liked to have that one frame earlier. But the situation is this for Ritger. Ritger with a strike takes home his 20th title, becoming only the 4th man to win 20 titles. If he doesn't strike, he still has to mark to win.
Dick Ritger in a tough head-to-head battle here against Neil Burton, the championship match.
Amazing how the frames come around. If that had been 1 frame earlier for Ritger, but he is the winner, and that's what it's all about.